You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports Porters. Well, my goodness, I noticed something this morning that came across my Twitter feed, and it was ESPN bragging about WNBA ratings for the WNBA season. Now, let me peel back the curtain for you guys. Channels like mine have analytics, right? As does things like television ratings, blah, blah, blah. We can measure the amount of people that come to our channel every day. What I can tell you for sure, and this proves all of our points, that so many guys have been talking about, Ben Daniels, CDS Podcast, all these guys. The WNBA and the Indiana Fever did not want people to know that Caitlin Clark was going to be out for the season. I can tell you, from the very day that they decided to let that go public, everything has dropped off a cliff. Views on this channel, the television ratings, the interest, Thanos snapped out of existence. People were trying to hang on to the possibility this whole time. Look, so many people stayed engaged with the team because they thought the cavalry was coming. She's coming back. We're going to have a fighting chance to win the WNBA championship. The Indiana Fever and the WNBA, they knew this. Why do you think so many people were mad? People felt like they were going to games thinking this team would have Caitlin Clark coming back to make a championship run. I mean, the perfect example, the game in Baltimore the other day with the Mystics. Nearly 3,000 fans decided not to show up, and they paid for the ticket. What does that tell you? There is so little interest in the WNBA right now that Angel Reese literally has, it looks like she's quit on her team or she's demanding a trade. Whatever it is, silent protest, who knows? Guess what? Hardly anybody actually gives a shit. This is Kathy Engelberg's worst nightmare. It's her worst nightmare because so much of what people have said has come true about the interest of this league. It hinges on one person, whether they like it or not. This is last Sunday, folks. They keep telling me how damn popular A'ja Wilson is. This was the game. Sunday, September 7th, 80-66, Chicago Sky. This was the game where Angel Reese was suspended for the first half and then decided not to play in the second half due to back tightness, whatever we're calling it. Guys, that game drew less than 100,000 viewers. 90,000 people tuned in to a WNBA game. Think about that a minute. There's the Fever. The Indiana Fever versus the Mystics, the game I was talking about. With 3,000 less seats, only 270,000 people tuned into that game. The Wing Sparks, Paige Beckers, 130,000 people tuned in. But yeah, we got ESPN putting this garbage out. Right here. They put, the WNBA season averaged 1.3 million viewers. This is on ABC and ESPN. Up 6% year over year. Most televised WNBA game on ESPN networks in history, 2.7 million viewers. Chicago Sky at Indiana Fever. Guess what? Caitlin Clark played and had a triple-double in that game against the Sky and Angel Reese. That's why that game did a rating that big. ESPN networks had 8 of the top 10 most watched WNBA games during this season. I'm sure they did. But all of this changed the moment they confirmed Caitlin Clark was not coming back. How about we flash forward right here? WNBA Lynx versus Indiana Fever. ESPN, the same network. 1,030,000 people. Just barely over 1 million people tuned in. That's against the Minnesota Lynx. That's supposed to be one of the best teams in the league. Barely broke 1 million viewers Tuesday night. In case you're doing the math, that's 1.7 million people. Lighter than that May 17th game against the Chicago Sky. Now you're seeing why we didn't find out. Why we didn't find out. For crying out loud. Unbelievable. It really is. I mean, now we know why we didn't find out about Caitlin Clark to the bitter end of the season. She's gone. Nobody gives a shit. Their ratings went straight down the toilet. By the way, I don't want to hear anything about Caitlin Clark fans don't care about the Fever, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Nobody, Angel Reese fans are doing the same thing to the Sky right now. Hell, that fan base tried to tell us, oh, they're only tuning in for one person. They're not supporting the team. Angel Reese fans are supporting that team, so what are you talking about? Look, I hope the Fever, I hope they bleep around and win it all somehow. But they're not going to. Hope is a hell of a thing. It is. It is a hell of a thing. And plus, a lot of us feels like there was some kind of shadiness going on all season. I'm just being real. Involving the coaching staff, how they viewed Caitlin Clark, all this stuff. I gave a side eye to. Many fans gave a side eye to. And was like, I hope I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. Wow. Not a surprise in the least. Caitlin Clark's gone. The WNBA, goodbye. Thanos snapped. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.